Hey guys, how's it going? Shameless sellout shill here. So in the past week, just yesterday in the stream, a lot of you guys basically brought me up to a like goal for my kuno here in the photo gallery in Black Desert. So I told a pretty bad news story, and I said I'm gonna bring it on here in case those who missed it. So the bad news story is basically how do I go about this again? Oh my god, every time I think about this, I get really weird feelings about it. So basically, I have a tumor in my ankle, for those who don't know. I didn't really want to tell too many people, but, well, no, I'm telling everybody, I guess. So, yeah, I have a tumor in my ankle. It's a very rare tumor. It's called a glomus tumor. I don't really know. I only found that out last Monday, and it does cause pretty much severe pain intermittently in my right foot. Now, on top of that, Sunday I also had work, and then in the evening, my arthritis got really bad as well throughout the shift, and then eventually I started limping, and then I couldn't really walk for most of Sunday night and most of Monday. So I limped myself to CT scan results at my doctor's office at the cancer agency, and basically it confirmed a tumor. I was like, some people were like, oh, don't jump to conclusions. I was like, no, it's not a cyst. I have a cyst on my arm. It's nothing like that. And then I was like it's an osteophyte. I'm like, or a bone spur. I'm like, but it didn't show up on the x-ray. So, like, you know, what else is left but tumor? Like, I'm sure it's a tumor. I just don't know what kind. So apparently it's a glomus tumor. It's like a solid, I saw some images on Google and I was like, oh, it's like a solid glass beady looking thing, but I don't really know. So, but I am going under surgery in a few weeks. Luckily it's benign. It's very weird. The description says it's benign with malicious features, but I was like, benign means it's not malignant, but I'm like, malicious is synonymous with malignant. So I don't know, like, in terms of like just, you know, me being a commoner pleb, I guess that's like the medical standpoint terms to describe it, essentially. And I was like, oh, that's weird. But it's basically a huge lump sitting on top of the ankle. It's not like embedded inside or whatever. You can actually see it on the exterior. And, you know, there were some talks with my friend and or like some others, and they're like, oh, it's like, you know, why don't you just remove it yourself kind of thing or whatever. I'm like, yo, this ain't the US. So I'm just saying. But no, it's like one of the things is like, as much as that sounds great, no, because it's kind of like, well, you're in severe pain when it happens anyways, what's a little bit more? No, that's crazy. But, you know, get a medical professional to do it, because one of the things I learned basically, I always love to learn things, even if it is a really bad situation, is that don't remove it yourself. One of the main problems is that if you remove it improperly yourself, just because you're like, you know, if in other countries you might have to pay like crazy fees or whatever, right? The problem is you might spread an infection. Not only the infection, but if you don't know what it is, you could pop the tumor like an actual pimple, go in your bloodstream and spread it throughout your entire body, and then you're really fucked, kind of thing. So, you know, just a little food for thought. Even though I'm not going to do that, and I don't think anybody ever should have to do that. They should go to a medical professional. So there's that. That's a little bit of the brunt of the bad news, is that I have a benign tumor with malicious features in my ankle, and I'm also practically almost, I should really go get a handicap card. I mean, I'm pretty much disabled for most of, like, at least half the week sometimes. The other bad news that I shared on stream, a lot of you who came by to say hi and watch my stream, thank you very much. Also, thank you to everybody who helped upvoted my kuno past the 50 goal. I did say I was going to make this story when it happened, is that my dad has cancer. He has stage 4 cancer. It's really bad. I got the news like 2 days before I got my CT scan results, talked to me by my oncologist, and I'm pretty devastated. I don't know how to feel. When my parents told me, I was literally just sitting there kind of stunned, and I remember it was at the dinner table, and I just kind of stared for a moment, and then basically I had like images relapsing into my face in imagination, just like racing for solutions in my head. And I'm like, well, my dad is basically the healthiest dude I know. He has like a very like high vegetable fiber diet and whatever. He barely drinks like you know, anything. He doesn't smoke, drink, or anything. He exercises, you know, at least regularly with mom as well from time to time. And then he's retired now. He's just chilling, right? And this has been growing for at least the past few years, apparently. And he's been retired for the past few years. So I'm just like, well, fuck. I'm like this. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why is this so unfair? And I was pretty much crying for at least like 1 or 2 of the nights, and I haven't really told anybody. I probably told you guys in this before I even told my parents any of this, because I don't know how to tell it to them. And like there's that as well. I pretty much became more silent, more mute, and basically a lot of it happens in here, and then barely any of it expresses here. So this is pretty difficult for me to talk about, and like I'm pretty sure I'm recording this just because I want to see it myself later or in the future and see and just kind of review myself as time goes by, kind of thing, and see how I deal with it. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, like the way I have been coping with it is that my head is turning everything into a comedy. So it's like dark humor. I'm not really gonna share it because it's kind of fucked up, but it's like, you know, I'm just trying to laugh at things, and I'm just trying to like keep it together, I guess. So I mean, like, and then I just tell myself like, hey, at least you're still smiling, so it can't be all that bad, right? But it is pretty bad, realistically, objectively. It is like really bad. It's spread in his system. I've gotten more news now. I'm worried about my mom. She looks like she's trying to keep it together, and she's just like, there's some things I'm like telling her, I'm like, hey, go eat dinner. I cooked dinner for you. Like, let me handle the soup that we're gonna go bring to dad. And she's just like running around, not even listening. And I'm like, oh shit. And I was just like, well, okay, whatever. I'm like, you just do you. I'm just gonna go do the laundry and clean up the house and other things. So, yeah, that's pretty much the bad news story. Other than that, I guess I've been trying to distract myself with the whole like mix and match fashion contest in Black Desert, which is why I'm like, please help me out, upvote. I was like, I've become a completely shameless sellout shill plug for the next like 26 days. I have never asked for you guys' help so much before, and like, you know, I really do hope I win. I really appreciate the massive help. Oh my god, there's so much pandering. Fucking hell, but I actually do mean it though, so, you know. And hopefully I'll have like more videos out for you guys soon. YouTube is like, I pretty much said on stream, like, you know, YouTube, like, you guys are pretty much some of the highlights of my days. Obviously I'm not like a massive YouTuber, but closing in upon 19k subs, like, that's a lot of people. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of people. And you know, all of you are legendary to me. People who are regulars, nice and pleasant to talk to, and, you know, courteous and polite. You always strike a memory, and a lot of people know I have a pretty decent memory. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, listening to my tale, and hopefully I'll have better news for you soon. I did have a bit of slice of happy news with something else, thankfully. So, you know, if you saw the last vlog and then you go into this is literally about a week after that vlog about where I nearly almost got killed in the new year. Man, 2018 is so great. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye for now. And upvote my kuno in Black Desert. I love you.